Hello, my name is Cami Gala, and this is my presentation on my interview with Dr. Emily Gibson, the Opportunity Class Teacher at Sisson Elementary. We had our interview November 10th, 2025. So Dr. Emily Gibson's roles and responsibilities include working with students in 3rd through 8th grade with behavior, academic, and attendance concerns. Kids will come in and out of her classroom all day to get different types of help. She regularly sees certain students every day, and she will go to students' classes to support them and find out what a student needs to be successful. Her advocacy style is that she's a good listener and a fact finder. Observing is very important, and one thing that she said that really stood out to me was that it's not the kids that are wrong, it's the case that we've created, it isn't working. What she means by this is that the classroom isn't meant for everyone. We created the classroom, and it's not the kids' fault that the classroom doesn't always suit their needs. As far as data-driven decision-making goes, another thing that she said was the academic portion is a vehicle to get to behavior. So by this, in order to be ready to focus on academics, students need to be able to better manage their behavior. So she's more concerned about the behavior of the student. That's where a lot of students need the most help. And students are very capable, but they have so much other things that are in their way. She collects a lot of data on behavior, and one of the really cool things that she does is she creates systems like rating scales, visual schedules, because behavior is the biggest barrier for students when they are trying to learn. So some of the learning experiences she provides for others, some of the things she said is it's okay to take a break. If it's not working, tap out. Change of person can reduce the struggle, and it's up to us to figure out how to motivate a student to get the work done. So if she was to tell another teacher, like, hey, this is some information that I think is very valuable for you, this is what she would say. So the assessment and evaluation of learners. She takes part in student study team meetings with teachers and parents. She examines the strengths and concerns to put interventions in place, like students gaining earned breaks or being able to do independent work, and finding ways teachers and parents can help the student in the class and at home. If results aren't being seen and interventions aren't working, interventions are revised or more assessment is done. And if a student has diagnosis and medication, they might put in place a 504 plan, and if they don't have their medication, they are not able to learn. So she is in a very large support role in trying out interventions and coming up with new ideas to try with supporting the students that she works with. My ideas and advocacy align with this organization. She said, what I can do to be an advocate for this school is ask a lot of questions, take time to observe. Observing is very, very important because I will see a lot more students than she does in my day as a teacher aide. So she said, I really should be watching kids on the playground because they show a different side of who they are compared to how they are in the classroom. And if I observe any students struggling, I have the opportunity to make connections, collect observational data, and let Dr. Gibson know so we can make a plan to help the student. How Dr. Gibson advocates for others. She sets kids up for success. She helps people know what a student can do and how they can be successful in the classroom, and she helps teachers modify and incorporate students with struggles into the classroom. My final thoughts. Dr. Gibson supports students in an area that has very limited resources, a high poverty rate, and it's a poor area overall. Another thing that was very important is to focus on what I can do today and recognize that I can't fix everything. So this can apply to any situation when you're being an advocate. Don't stress out about what you can't do. Focus on more of what you can do and what you have done. Little steps are sometimes more important than larger steps. Another interesting thing that I learned is that a lot of kids go unassessed and don't have IEPs, and this creates a negative impact for the classroom learning environment. Another awesome thing that Dr. Gibson said, every single kid is pretty awesome, and get to know them as people. These are things to really remember in teaching. It's not all about the material you want the kid to learn, but making those connections with the students helps them become a better learner. When you see them as a human being and they see you, you'll have an easier time getting them to do the hard work. And lastly, own what you are trying to do. Teaching is either about really loving a subject or about really caring about and appreciating kids and wanting them to develop as much as they can. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day.